Arsenal Football Club is a proper bone of contention. I will reserve my judgment of Arsene Wenger. Say what you will about Unai Emery, at least he made sure they didn't slide off the face of the earth and into the abyss. I understand why they appointed Arteta. However, if they held out just a fortnight, the man who I think should run the club became available, and that is Benfica's Rui Vitória. Mikel Arteta was appointed on the 20th of December 2018, and he is the man chosen to resurrect this fallen giant. He has reshuffled the pack and quickly churned out a reputation for making big calls. Ahead of the 2020-21 season, he signed Willian, who was nothing more than a quick fix as he immediately went into the starting lineup, but was sacrificed when Martin Odegaard came to London town. Another big call was awarding the number 7 shirt to teenager Bukayo Saka, an incredible display of faith to a future Arsenal great. Further to this, he left Mesut Ozil out of the Premier League squad altogether. This is a player who comes in at third for the most assists in the top 5 European leagues over the last decade. Arteta relieved Emiliano Martinez of his duties, even though the Argentinian keeper put in performance after performance towards the tail end of the 2019-20 season, including their successful FA Cup and Community Shield campaigns. He moved to Aston Villa and has kept the third highest number of clean sheets, behind Mendy and Edison. By no means am I saying Martinez would have had the same impact had he stayed at Arsenal. I'm merely alluding to another big call that Arteta had to make virtually at the beginning of his managerial stint. Arteta has already delivered silverware to Arsenal fans. He knocked out his former employers Manchester City, who had an informed David Silva, en route to their FA Cup final against Chelsea. He also brought home the Community Shield after overcoming Liverpool, who had been first on the Premier League log from match day 2 onwards. Some strong signs from Arteta prior to his first full season as a head coach. So what exactly transpired in his first full season? They didn't go far in the FA Cup or EFL. Nevertheless, they reached the semi-finals of the Europa League, where they went out to eventual champions Villarreal, led by Unai Emery, of all people. They finished 8th on the log, just 1 point behind rivals Spurs, who had the unstoppable Harry Kane. Interestingly enough, Arsenal conceded 39 goals throughout their 38 Premier League fixtures. This was down to their largely consistent defense of Tierney, Bellerin, Holding, and Gabriel. I do wonder if Bellerin will be the club captain. He did share the dressing room with Arteta as a player, and I'm sure he will be vital to the project underway at the club. It seems that Ben White will force a starting berth in this backline, so I'm inclined to say that he will opt for the English centre-back pairing and drop Gabriel to the bench. For me, Ben White is not proven quality, so a £50 million fee is a gamble in my opinion. Tierney was absolutely phenomenal last season and became an instant fan favourite. His 31 chances created last season ranks third among all Arsenal players. He encapsulates the relentless drive, the attacking presence of the team, and I think he will be their best player this season. They have added Benfica left-back Nuno Tavares to their ranks, and I think he may even get the nod ahead of Maitland-Niles. In the midfield, they have Thomas Partey, who I thought was the signing of the 2020-21 window. Personally, I rank Parte very highly and think he is in the top 3 best CDMs. I couldn't understand why he signed for Arsenal, and at under £15 million was quite a steal. We barely saw him last campaign, and I can only assume that Mikel Arteta is phasing him into the English game. Whilst we know Arsenal won't keep clean sheets, they will concede fewer goals with him on the pitch. Shaka is their other CDM, and he seems to sit in between the defenders when they're on the ball. He is the one that drops deep when they play out from the back, but does get caught in position more times than you'd think. He is the club captain, and controversially, the chink in the armor for me. You can get under his skin, and he does have the tendency to lose his temper. Throwback to the time when he applauded and rallied the Arsenal fans who were booing him when he was subbed off against Crystal Palace just 2 seasons ago. Ceballos has completed back-to-back season-long loans at the club. I do wonder if he will be looking to commit his long-term future to the club. Nobody had more interceptions than him in the Arsenal setup last season, despite starting just 17 league games. The window is still open, however, there aren't any rumours. I'd like to see more of Shaka and Smith Rowe linking up. I think Smith Rowe is capable of occupying the number 10 spot. Odegaard was more of a filler, and I think they will be fine without him. Shaka and Smith Rowe really have a great understanding which transcends to the rest of the pitch. They can be the heart of the team, and given time, I'm sure they look more and more comfortable. Up front, they have £52 million striker Lacazette, who is going into his 5th season. Last year, he was their top scorer in the league, which means he outscored Aubameyang. He also was on penalty duty and tucked away 3 from the spot. For one reason or another, I don't think Lacazette and Aubameyang have linked up the way we originally thought. Personally, I think they have been leading the line individually for far too long. They are both lone strikers, and I think having them both on the same team makes the other one redundant, as they both can't play in the system. There's only space for one. For me, they only have one game changer, and that's Aubameyang. I'll have you know that Aubameyang scored both goals in their FA Cup final victory. Furthermore, he scored both the goals in their semi-final fixture as well. Aubameyang is their most influential player, who has directly changed the outcome of so many fixtures for Arsenal Football Club. Well done on getting him to sign the extension last season, but in all honesty, he has had a very quiet 12 months. Pepe can be the glue to this attack. He is their club record signing at £72 million. He is the league's best dribbler, and I think he has a very important season ahead of him. I do wonder if he can create and foster a relationship with Smith Rowe and Shaka on the pitch. Arteta has already won 2 trophies, but more than that, he came in and restored some pride and passion. The fans want to see some solid performances. They have a large and loyal supporter base. The last COVID-free campaign was that of the 2018-19 season, wherein Arsenal recorded the second highest matchday earnings in the league. That's not a once-off, as it's only Arsenal and Manchester United who clear over £100 million in matchday revenue season after season. Despite what they may say, that Emirates Stadium is paid off. For years, they've only known FA Cup glory, and I'm sure they will sacrifice some of that for a proper fight in the league. I think Arsenal will finish 6th this season. Last time out, they did a league double over Chelsea and picked up 4 points out of a possible 6 from Man United. They signed the Amazon deal, so perhaps we will be able to see how Arteta goes about setting up his wins this time around. Until we meet again.